Naked street bikes, also called commuter bikes, naked spots, whatever you want to call them, the best choice for a daily commuter in the city. Maybe not, maybe it is. Let's talk about these things. Here with me are two naked street bikes, as a lot of people call them. Here is a 250cc single cylinder oil cooled, and on the other side is a 400cc twin cylinder liquid cooled. What do you think about this size of motorcycles when you're learning around the city? Are they enough? Among the two, if you are given a choice between the two, which one would you take? The 250 or the 400cc? Let's look at the differences in these bikes. Starting with the 250cc, this is Cyclone 250 Batro from Zhongsheng Company in China. A very well built 250cc single cylinder street bike. Well built, and I mean it. I'm going to explain to you what I mean by well built. On the other side is a 400cc QJ motor SLK. Technically this is a Benelli 400. Okay, coming from the company that makes Benelli, technically this is a Benelli 400cc we have here. And on the other side is a Zhongsheng Cyclone 250, also called Batro. This guy is offering you a 25 horsepower, and this other fellow here is offering you 40 horsepower. Both of them have ABS brakes. As you can see, this fellow has ABS pedal, and the other guy has ABS pedal. You see this? The ABS sensor to the front, and to the rear we have the ABS sensor. ABS to the front, ABS to the back. Where's this guy? Yes, this cable. The ABS sensor, this guy. And you see this? This is the ABS sensor. This. The ABS pedal is here, as you can see. And to the front, we have the ABS sensor. ABS pedal. Both bikes are offering you very premium braking systems. 250cc, 400cc, 25 horsepower, 40 horsepower. Okay, this guy has a radiator. So you can see this one has a radiator. The radiator cap is just here, see, and we have a reservoir for the coolant. This guy doesn't have a radiator, so you can see it has oil coolers. Okay, it has oil coolers in here. This is an oil cooler. Yes, oil cooler. And on the other side, we have another oil cooler. I want to show you that you believe what you see. Sorry for that. Another oil cooler. Can you see this? Yes. So, looking at the bike from the front, we have an oil cooler here and another one here. They have made sure that you will not get into heating issues. Your bike should not have heating issues. They are trying to tell you, even if you are stuck in traffic, your bike should not have heating issues. Same thing with these other guys. They are telling you, we have a radiator over here. In case traffic becomes tight, becomes so slow, your bike will not overheat. Look at the other thing that these bikes have. Look at the design of the fairings. Look at this. It's almost the same thing with this, only that this one is smaller. Okay? And to make it even better, the one with a bigger engine, because it is known to produce more heat than the smaller one, they have made sure from this part, this bike is naked, completely naked, to expose this engine to wind. They are exposing this engine to wind to help this engine stay a little bit cooler. Because this guy doesn't produce a lot of heat, it is only a single cylinder 250cc. They have covered, you see, they have covered the engine. Those are some of the differences. Okay, those are some of the differences. But when you look at the height, when you look at the seat height, it's almost the same thing we have with this guy. When you look at ground clearance, it's the same ground clearance we have here. This is how naked bikes look similar. Look at this. No windshield, nothing. No windshield, nothing. Can you see this? There's no windshield or any covering here. There is no windshield or anything to cover here. Okay? Look at the simplicity of the side mirrors. The simplicity of the side mirrors, the handlebars and everything. The simplicity of the side mirrors. Same thing. They're just making things very similar. And then something else you need to note is that the handlebars are not straight. Like, they are not straight. You can tell that's not straight. It's somehow curved. Somehow curved. The same thing with this guy. You can see the handlebar is curved. What does it tell you? This is a bike that should help you sneak through traffic. They are making it not so wide between the edges of the handlebars. The bike is not so wide because it is made for the city. And they know very well in the cities, they know very well that in the cities, a lot of times you will get stuck in traffic and you need to maneuver. You need to maneuver. So for them to make your life easier, they curve the side mirror, not the side mirror, the handlebar. They make it curved to make it a little bit look shorter. They are trying to make the handlebar look smaller, look shorter from end to end. End to end. They are making it a little bit shorter by curving it. They are making it a little bit shorter by curving it. Something is the designs of the headlight. The headlight moves with the handlebar. Can you see this? The headlight moves with the handlebar. Whatever you're looking at, that's where your headlight is moving. The headlight is moving with the handlebar to help you maneuver through the city. help you maneuver through the city. Something else you're going to see both of them have is this plastic. They are trying to protect the engine from retro crashes. When you're running through the city, they know there are some places you might crash your engine. Yeah, so they're giving you this, and they're not telling you that this is what you need. They're only giving you this as a provision for you to improvise and get a metallic one. If you get a metallic one, they have already given you places to come and mount it. They have already given you the bolts, the mounting points. They have already made it easier for you. So of course there are aftermarkets for these engine guards. These ones are supposed to protect the bike from crashes. Maybe you are going through bumps, maybe your estate road has potholes or something, just to protect the engine from crashes. That's why they are giving you that plastic, for you to think outside the box and get a metallic one. And of course, if you contact these factories or any other dealer who sells aftermarket parts, you're going to find something like this that will fit here. Something else you need to note is street bikes come with inverted shocks. Both of them inverted shocks. Okay? These ones are supposed to help you maintain some good speed. If you hit something, these ones will not bounce like adventure bikes. You cannot run through the bumps like you're riding an off-road bike. But if you hit a smaller pothole, these shocks will absorb whatever it is. Something else that you need to see is the positioning of the exhaust system. Can you see this? This is from the Batro 250. Can you see where the exhaust is? Let's move on to the QJ. Can you see where the exhaust is? Same position. Same position. Okay? So, from whatever company is making these bikes, there is always something that you're going to find looking similar. Always. There is always something you're going to find looking similar. Look at the size of the rider seat on the QJ and look at the size of the rider seat on the Batro. Almost the same size. Look at the size of the seat for the pillion in the Batro. Look at the size of the pillion seat in the QJ. Almost the same thing. Look at the design of the indicators. These fellows have removed this from this part, and can you see where they are mounting it? Look at what QJ Motor has done. They are mounting it at the wheel instead of here. But these fellows are so conventional, they have just maintained their part to be there. Look at the size of the tail right. Look at the size of the tail right. These fellows try as much as possible to make bikes looking similar. Looking similar. They are just trying to make these bikes look similar. For you to make a choice, you will have to look at other things other than the design. They have designed the bikes almost the same way, but your choice will be made through considerations of other things. I'm looking at these bikes and I'm thinking, given a chance, which one would you take? A 250 that is going to give you around 25 horsepower and about 40 kilometers per liter consumption. Or will you take the 40 horsepower from the 400cc twin and maybe get around 24 kilometers per liter? Which one do you think you're gonna take? This one is a tough choice. You get more power, you consume more fuel, You get little power, you consume little fuel. But the agenda is running through the city and going to work. Which one would you take? Which one would you take? Which one? The 250 or the 400cc? Let's talk about it in the comments.